Hello, welcome to D&D. It is time for stream. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, I almost did the YouTube thing. God damn it. Yeah, that's YouTube. I just make a cool announcement as usual, and yeah, we can start then. As it's time for end of the world. It happens, and not that often. Right. Could get all that. God fucking damn it, the name was Cragger. God damn it, hang on. It says Crag of Blood Claw, the end of the world. uh, I knew there was something wrong with the title. There we go. I fixed it. Wait, can I just... Oh my god, I can. Oh, wait a minute, that's awesome. Hang on. You can actually put, people's Twitches into your channel stuff. Alright, there we go. Alright, we can start though, because they may be waiting. Alright, I'm back, I'm here, I'm speaking. Also, I found that cool feature about the whole Twitch stuff. So, your Twitch channels are actually in my YouTube channel titles. Lamau,
What?
on the stream, your Twitch channels are in my YouTube title.
Oh yeah, that's new.
Yeah. There we go. And it actually keeps your colors as well, your channel colors. Alright. But yes, we can start off then as I give a cool recap since everyone is here. Yeah, no, I've already notified. All right. So, in last session, all of you had Free's backstory, where you had basically been inside of what seemed to be a ballroom full of identical puppets, quote unquote. As
What?
you were quite literally the only one who could see the threats, and looking up, there was a giant puppet-like creature controlling them. You did as you was told and stood into the middle of the room, where your light had basically shattered across the sky as its usual sort of parts, but you began to remember. Remember the fact that you in fact weren't a slave, you weren't born one. In fact, you were born of royalty and such. Where suddenly one day, a weird sort of doll-like creature of sorts, a puppet in itself, had taken over the mansion, making everyone forget about you and all of that. Where it had basically controlled your family. Your father, the Count, had actually established a secret way to rebel against the puppet that was controlling it, allowing you to have what seems to be a philosopher's stone, allowing you to connect with it and eventually cause the sky to bleed. And woo, you took out the puppet thing, Poggers. You did it.
Wait,
Yes.
you sound muffled on Discord.
Oh, do I? God damn it.
Okay, you sound better now. What did
You
you do?
you you should have said something.
You were monologuing.
I was recapping.
You're monologuing like a villain.
And as I sit upon my throne of lies, I look down at you all. uh, but no. Basically, you had some cool story stuff. Finding out about Free's backstory with the whole puppet, all of that, and eventually you killed the puppet thingy. Woo! But everyone died, uh, because there was no way to revert them back anymore from being a puppet. Uh, and you had found that it in fact was the daughter of a maid who too was also being controlled in a way of fellow puppets, quote unquote. Oh, you all appeared back into the void room. Very cool, very nice. Free was very pissed. Yeah, people. I'm no longer muffled, right?
No, you're
No,
not.
you're
Okay.
good.
Yes. Where we now went into Four's story. Upon going into the book and into the light, you found yourself on a beach-like area in the middle of the ocean. And what you also find is the fact that in the middle of the beach-like place that you are, you can see what seems to be at the very bottom a sort of glowing lights of a city down beneath the water's coast. And that's where we left off.
Yeah, I'm not in there. Map hasn't loaded.
Hold on, I'll be right back. We lost my keys. My mom
I'm
needs to
not.
go somewhere, and we lost my car keys.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Ugh.
It's a your session.
Mm-hmm.
Found them. Alright, so
God.
what did you say?
So yes. So that's where we had left off. People. But yeah. At the very bottom of the water, you saw basically lights and what seems to be a city beneath the water. The first thing I can say is, upon looking at it, please make me a good intelligence saving throw.
I can't. Right.
Hmm.
I
9.
can't.
You can't
I'm
connect.
not loaded in.
Oh no,
No,
I
it's for
meant
me.
4. Yeah, 4.
This is
Uh,
my story now.
Okay.
damn.
I thought we all need to make one. My
It's
bad.
it's 4 as they look beneath the water. A 9. You feel a slight feeling of longing looking at the city beneath, but you can't determine why.
Fawn will like slowly make her way into the water.
Ooh, it's salty.
Well, she's about like knees length in now,
Yes.
right now.
Oh. 4? 4?
Uh-huh.
We
She like will snap out of it and look back. Yeah.
we 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 can't. I mean, I can't exactly go with you if you go under there. Because I can't breathe underwater.
I feel like I need to go in there.
Hmm. Alone?
It's coconut.
Are you okay with going alone? Or, I mean, I could try swimming, but
Mhm.
I'm guessing I would have to do an intelligence saving throw to see if there's a way for them to go in safely.
Uh, Make me a survival check. Oh my god. All right, we ballin'. Uh, with a 20 survival, as you sort of look towards the water, then back at them. One thing that you will sort of notice about yourselves, it's been a subconscious thing that you haven't really noticed until now, but this entire time that you've all been in these memories and such, and even in the void, none of you have needed to eat, sleep, or breathe.
I think we'll be fine. We haven't felt the need for hunger or sleep or for breathing.
Hmm. I I can try dipping my head underwater, and he will do as such.
I would drown myself to test it. As you dip your head in the water, it's almost like just well, it does. It's just almost yeah. It's almost like breathing air. You don't need to.
Upon learning that information, he'll just pull his head out of the water and look at the four and just say, all right, then we can go. I
With
don't
a
know how
nat,
to swim. Hmm?
with a nat 20 survival, basically what I can say is that your aberrations. You don't need.
No.
You're no longer quote unquote alive fully like a mortal.
Me?
All of you.
Oh.
Yeah, all of us are apparitions.
Ah, okay. I mean, I don't know that.
It's non-lethally drowning.
Let us. Let's go in.
Mm.
And she just kind of like dives into the water.
All right. Cool. It's not actually too dark. Like it looked dark when you were on the shore, but upon tipping your head into the water, your eyes basically adjust to the light as what you find is natural coral and such, which seem to be emanating bioluminescent light around it. Mm.
She'll
The
go down and look at the coral and just be fascinated by it.
Will everyone else follow?
Yeah, I'll follow.
All right. Hang on, as I will move your tokens.
Now
Kind of.
one's just sitting on the beach drinking from a coconut.
Aloha. Oh wait, fuck! I didn't make it visible. You just standing in the darkness. There you go.
No. Okay, I see the map now.
Yeah. Cool.
Wee.
Uh,
Where are we?
basically, you've swum down here, and what you
Mhm.
find upon getting closer is that it's a sort of bubble of sorts. um, basically, some sort of electricity of sorts emanates around, causing the water to no longer be in the middle, but on the outside, it's like forcing it out. A field of sorts. Touch. When you touch it, it feels like almost like you're touching something very like rubbery. A mix of almost like a sponge, but also at the same time like leather. You cannot
Four's
get through.
gonna.
Mhm.
Four's just gonna keep swimming around the bubble, inspecting it.
Mhm. As you get to about here, you hear a voice as emanate basically through the water. As all you can hear is, "Could you please let me in already?"
Hmm. Yeah, she'll go towards the voice.
Right? Uh,
Hmm?
what you see is what seems to be some sort of Medusa of sorts, a woman with snake-like hair and such. All of the hairs on her are blindfolded. There's a pretty noticeable thing, as she will basically continue to basically bang on the weird sort of bubble-like substance. Ah, blast. Wait, turns to look at you. Or what are you doing back here?
I was chasing some fishes.
No, thought we already helped you escape. You can't be around here. She like looks around just as you're already ruining the plan. You can't be here. She like runs over, grabs you by like the shoulders.
I. Where am I supposed to go?
Anywhere but here. You can't return here, dearie. We've tried. We sacrificed so much just to get you out. If your wife hears about this, she'll go insane again.
What?
How come everyone gets a fucking wife and I don't?
What do you mean?
Sorry,
That
sorry.
wife is.
I have to say this in character. Give me a second.
Then should I just go back to the surface?
You're already down here. It's too late. The cameras are gonna pick you up. As she points towards the pearl.
Cameras.
And
Translation.
upon and upon saying that, the bubble like substance here will dissipate as the entrance opens up. As she will.
Instantly just goes through.
You don't need to breathe.
I do.
They
I'm
still
acting.
need to talk. Yeah. I believe you can't leave now that they've seen you.
I can. I'm pretty fast.
Yes, but they're faster. The Dolphenia guards, well, nothing can outpace them. She will like
Can they
have like a saddest look as she'll make her way over to back to here again as she starts to press stuff. Oh, since you have returned, go in. I'll have to convince the guards that it was an illusion. Up.
Merely a trick of the eye.
Your brother
We're in
is
trouble.
yes, your brother is at the statue. I believe he would really want to see you, so good luck.
Thank you.
So your story is all about.
Can
like,
I
a
try to
political-
remember who she is?
Make me an intelligence save.
14.
With a few memories of trying to look at her, you see a few glimpses of sorts. She, from what you remember, she is called a handmaiden. He was the one who basically he was your person who raised you, looked after you, dressed you, all of that. Your nanny, in a way.
But do I remember her name?
Well, her name is Hermione. Although you just called her Hema.
I'm sorry, Hema.
People, the doors open. Chink, as welcome home.
No welcoming party? Well, this is very rude.
Spawn. One spawn, just make it visible. There we go. As as you walk on in, you see basically the Sharkin guards as they stand with their spears and stuff. They sort of notice you walk in, but give you like a slight nod. Not out of respect, but more of just a sort of welcome him of sorts. Oh yes. Welcome to the funny town. There is a blacksmith here, a tavern of sorts. Yeah, that's what you can see right now. The blacksmith is called Wheelless's Wheels. Play the funny. Boom, 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 boom.
I'm
Right.
so happy that nothing bad will happen. Haha.
Ha 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 ha.
Foreign just starts making her way as she looks around, trying to recall anything she can.
As you take a look around, it seems somewhat familiar. There's uh there's like a slight feeling of nostalgia to it, but you can't remember too much about it. What are you doing, one?
I'm not doing looking.
Well, we don't get much about non amphibious races here. Is it something you need, citizen?
No, I'm fine.
Well, don't cause too much trouble.
Oh, I will.
What?
Doesn't elaborate.
That better be a joke.
Please don't antagonize the guards.
He was about to say something. It's like, fine.
People.
3?
Peanuts are definitely muted. I think they're FK. Yeah, it says it. Tree starts T-posing.
One picks up Starlight like as they're
Yeah.
T-posing.
Just moved. Yeah.
4 just makes her way along the road.
Yes. The tavern is called Gully's Gully.
What a creative name.
Or like as she's like walking by like buildings, she like looking through the windows.
No, wait, hang on, my fucking... Never mind, my note says something else. It says Gully's Galleon. There we go.
Oh, that's a better name.
As you look through the window, you do in fact see, well, some people in it, to be exact, just 2, as, just on the inside of there. A fish man of sorts, as, he's serving drinks out and placing food onto a table, and, what seems to be a very cool fish man.
It's a kua. Is that what they're called?
Yes.
Look at that derpy motherfucker. Do you remember anything yet?
No. It feels nostalgic, but I remember Hema.
What about your wife?
I'm guessing that would be an intelligence save.
Yep, intelligence saving
Me.
throw.
Your wife. Your wife. Your
Wake up, your
Yeah.
wife. 7.
Wife.
With a 7, when he when one mentions your wife and stuff, you have a slight
Advisor.
feeling of of almost like you feel a sort of dagger rip through your heart. That sort of feeling, but you can't remember anything else for it.
Fora just put her hand up to her chest. I just feel a pain in my chest.
Ah, well, that's good.
She'll look through this window.
Which one?
I don't-
Spacebar. As you take a look, it seems to be an empty house. One thing you'll notice is that it seems to be somewhat abandoned in a way. There's dust like layered across the entire place. Some chairs have basically just been toppled over, but it's empty.
She'll try the door.
It unlocks. By the fact that how it unlocks is that the door just falls onto the ground as the hinges seem to have just been snapped off.
She'll
God damn.
walk in and look around.
Hmm. As you look around, you basically see the same thing that you saw through the window. The broken places, the drawers have been like ripped open. Even like the box has basically been smashed with a hatchet.
She'll just look sad as she keeps going and opens up this door.
The door falls off the hinges as when you enter on in, you see a bedroom. The bed sheets are covered in blood. They've been basically pulled off, covered in blood. The tables and the desktops are basically been smashed, and there's like books and different writings laid upon the top of the desk that have just been ripped.
She'll try to piece them together and read what was happening. And what's on there.
Investigation.
We are the smartest.
I mean,
And of course.
I mean,
Actually, that's 20.
yes.
That's a nat 20.
Edge net 20. Do.
Each
With
time
a,
I fail, I get a 20.
Yeah. So, with a natural 20, as you basically begin to try and piece, you somehow masterly like crafts like find which book is which to connect back and such, and eventually as you piece it all back together upon the paper, and you find that it is a diary.
She will read it.
Right? As as you read the diary, it seems to be a diary of well, a simple leather worker. Basically they stitched up making leather, putting them all together into a single sort of outfits and such. The book just has normal everyday life written into it, but around the end it starts getting a bit weird. It mentions about how the queen has specifically the wife of the queen, the mother of the Underdeep, has been a bit weird lately. People have been going into the castle and not coming back out. Missing people have been told that they've just left the city in a way that is pretty weird. And that's, well, they're going to soon investigate themselves, as their mother has somewhat disappeared after she went to the castle. There's quite literally a non-spoken rule now that if you are invited to the castle, you best prepare that it will be your last time you're ever here.
I'm guessing intelligence saving throw about the queen.
Yep, intelligence saving throw. As for the others, you just basically see a shark person over here as they just enter the tavern.
One's just staring at the tab.
with a 5 intelligence, your stomach feels a bit queasy, but that's about it.
You will succeed every other intelligence saving throw.
You'll get every single other ability check besides the int saves, apparently. So yes. And you're just staring in, you're just seeing this this shark guy is just ordering like a bucket of shrimp.
Is there like marinara sauce with it?
Yeah, he's got mustard with it.
Oh, disgusting. Anyways, turns back. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
She will hand one the diary. Can you hold on to this?
No. Takes it.
People.
She'll
No.
just keep making her way.
Heck.
Looking through the windows as she passes.
You just see more and more of the buildings are technically all the same, decrepit and abandoned. There's quite literally barely anyone here. And as you reach here, you see what seems to be a shark person. However, what you notice is that some of their features have been somewhat cut off. Their tail has been cut, what normally their fins on top of their heads have also been cut off to look more humanistic, quote unquote. As, he seems to just be staring up at a statue, here, with a sort of a saddened look on his face. As you look up towards the statue...
Yeah, she was gonna look at the statue.
Yes. As you look up to the statue, you see that it's you. There are
Well, this is very surprising.
there are a bunch of candles, offerings laid about the entire statue. Intelligence save.
It follows
Let's go.
through.
Hey, that's
You
pretty
did
good.
it. You saved.
You did it.
Literally every other one I pass.
You did it. You
I told
cured amnesia. Right. But as you oh god, let me just change the music. I hate this song. It's too peaceful.
I love how tranquil and peaceful it is.
There we go. Alright. So as you somewhat try to remember this in a way, as you sort of overlook it and such, what you see is in fact someone that you remember. The person standing before you, Karia, your brother, to be exact. Your twin brother, in a way. And the statue that is before you, you don't remember this being here. Before, this was just an open area, there was nothing here, but this has been recently built. It's a memorial.
Hey, you.
No. Wait.
Is this her?
No, that can't be. He'll dash over. He'll dash over. 4?
Arya.
Wait, that's your actual name?
What are you doing here? You. He starts to look around the same as how what am I did. The zoo just go. Wait,
I messed up.
what do you mean you messed up? Of all places to return to, why did you return here? If the queen knows that you're not dead.
She just said she messed up.
One, shut up.
He's just gonna wander off.
Sister, if you're here, then it's already too late.
She'll just hug him.
They they'll hug you back, and that's when you hug them, you sort of notice something. His arm is missing too, specifically his left arm. It's just a nub. That's why he's using a walking stick of sorts to hold himself up. As
She will lift a hand up to his face, gently cup his face. Brother, what happened?
The same reason
Everything's been
why
a blur.
you've forgotten. You see, Well, I suppose that's more of a blessing than a curse. What had happened is, well, the reason you had left for. Let's just say, uh, your wife, the mother of the Underdeep, she took the throne past you and, well, didn't give it to me. She said that, well, a cripple isn't worth for being a king, and that, well, there are barely any people to rule over since we got you out. He's been eating them. Just like me. He'll gesture to his arm.
Then I'll have to stop it.
I'm not sure if you can stop it, sis. He was... ever since we've falsified your death, he's gotten more insane. Her personality has gotten worse. Before, she was just trying out the simple flesh of the creatures around, but now she's taken the actual people here and eaten them.
If
I
it is my
believe...
death that caused this, then it is my duty to stop it. Any means necessary.
If you so choose to come back here despite all that had happened, I suppose you've grown more stronger. Mentally and physically, as I can tell just by that hug alone. But if something should happen, please run away again. I will sacrifice myself just so that you can leave this place. Our lineage is a curse.
Jill just stare into his eye. I love you, brother.
I love you too, dearie, but... well, I suppose it's already too late. As he says that, the two guardsmen will basically walk out the castle and run on over. They're not sharks; they're dolphins. Uh,
One gets up to one of their faces, just like, "Hey, yo, stand back."
they don't seem to be wielding any weapons, but one will basically approach and go, "You, are you the falsifier, the one who pretends to be such a queen?"
I pretend to be nothing.
It is the real one. Oh. The mother shall be pleased. You must go see mother. He nods. Follow.
Take us to my wife.
One kind of like leans over to four. Well, the dolphin.
Are you sure about this?
She will whisper the 3-in-1. She's eating my people. Our people.
Oh,
I
okay.
have to set this right.
Don't forget, she's also eating your brother.
Karya will stay sitting by the statue's side as he just sort of looks at the statue and then looks back at you and will say, I will wait here. She will not allow me to enter, but take this. Break it if you're in any danger, and I shall appear. As he'll throw a glowing stone to you.
She'll catch it.
One will give a thumbs up to the guy. It's like, don't worry, we're not gonna die.
Oh, we're built different.
And she'll look back at the statue with like a feeling of sadness.
Mm.
Or maybe it would be better if you. Don't worry, we're gonna die.
One, when you're next to the bonfire, you smell bacon.
I look deeper into the fire.
As you look deeper into the fire, you in fact see that that's not wood kindling the flames.
Huh.
Those are arms.
For I think she's using people as kindle.
She will like grip her hands.
What are with these memories and ripping body parts off people?
Not quite sure.
I see.
Let us just hope that I didn't failed.
Announcing the arrival of our queen. Good luck.
3, come on.
No, you.
As the doors were opened into a hallway.
After. Oh, yeah. God.
After you just dash through.
One will like step closer to like gods. Do you also eat people?
No, eating people is like that.
Then how do you explain the bonfire?
Bonfire? What bonfire?
Huh? Never mind. Good work, soldier.
But as you
What
take
bonfire?
as you take a step on in, make me an int save, as the location around you seems a lot more familiar than the outside.
You got. Oh no.
The
Better. Better than my rolls.
the room around you feels a lot more nostalgic than the other traditional rooms, as it seems that there's a big like chunk of your time all in this. As because you have a feeling of like homely, but also at the same time you have a feeling of more of that feeling like being stabbed in the heart is starting to build up a bit more as you take a step on in.
She won't put a hand up to her chest as she, like a grip hand to her chest as she walks further in. Her eyes stinging as a few tears start appearing.
Hey, 4.
Yeah,
Do you have any idea how this memory? Kind of like
I,
says it more hushed as they leave the guards.
I don't know. But with each step I take, it just hurts more.
Guess you just gotta take it one step at a time then.
We're here if you need it.
Thank you.
Remember.
I must now confront my wife.
Remember, 4. This matters a lot, especially because it's not gonna matter.
She will keep walking.
One's gonna like just take his time.
The gods will gasp seeing you. Surprise.
Is my wife inside?
Yep, cheerio, there is the vet queen inside there. Our mother is in there. Oh, right there, cheerio, queen.
Can you
glares
give us
at this guard in particular.
You may pass in. Don't touch your ear.
both of you may leave the premises?
All right. So, they'll walk into the respective corridors.
Where did you mean?
She will lightly knock on the door.
Just free, just with the wait. What are we doing? Wait a minute.
Hey, 3, I guess we're kind of like
We're
her
gonna
guards
go
right
talk
now.
to my wife.
Okay.
We? This isn't French.
What's
Oui.
French?
I think French is looks up through the manual. Language is
It is infernal.
Oh.
infernal.
Yes. All right.
She'll knock once and then
Yes.
open the door and walk in.
As you knock onto the door, it sort of resounds in and as you enter, you see this. Oh,
Yeah, my wife is hot though.
Which one's
She
your
kind of
wife?
bad though.
Which
Nah, I'm
one's
just
your
The
kidding.
wife?
one, the one
Probably
in
the one on
the
the
throne
throne.
chair, like the very front.
That's your wife?
Stupid.
You
I'm
keep
basically
saying
royalty.
mother. I thought. It's fine.
Hmm.
It's whatever.
Well,
My
as you
mother and queen of the Underdeep.
yes, as you step on in, you see basically a few people, like 4 people. A man who seems to be somewhat of a warrior-like appearance, as he seems to be sitting on the on one of the councilman's chairs. Another one who's a woman who has a very sort of slender look to her. She has potions on her belt and such. And what seems to be a person who is basically standing right by the queen with a very long piece of paper as they're writing on it. And finally is a womanly figure as she sits upon a throne, and she looks slightly like bored with a hand on her chin as you walk on in. But upon seeing you, her expression will somewhat brighten up as she will just go, well, well. I wasn't expecting you to be alive, dearie. I thought that it was an imposter.
As you see, I'm here.
Oh, yes, I can clearly see. And who's these little, appetizers that you brought with you, dearie?
We're not important.
Some compatriots of mine.
Ah, did they help you run away from me again?
Again?
No, in fact, they brought me here.
Oh, that's a lot more better. I thank you, too, for bringing along my dear wife. I've missed her so much.
You're welcome.
As I look at everyone in here, I'm guessing an intelligence saving throw.
Yes.
Come on, it's every other one. You got this.
Oh my
No.
god.
Oh god.
You do not want to remember. As standing before these people, specifically the your wife, whose name is Essence, is what you remember. You were trying so much your brain to the point that it's becoming such a headache, where you are trying to suppress the memories so much. The only feelings and the only memories that are trying to build up for your mind are red. Just a lot of red.
She will like lightly groan and put her hand to her head.
Ah, you under distress, dearie. Don't worry. Come, I shall give you a nice embrace. Maybe then you'll feel a lot more better. She'll get up and open up her arms widely to you.
Can I make an insight check?
Sure.
She's gonna eat you.
It's a motherly embrace. Pretty nice. Looks comfy. Not as much as the Void Queen's, but it looks comfy.
Is this like an open thing or is it like a carpet?
Oh, this is basically a it seems to be an opal floor. What you can find is that there's symbolizations in the actual very opal floor ground of a coin of sorts.
It seems as though that with my time gone, I seem to have lost a few memories. Perhaps due to stress.
Oh, well. Don't worry, dearie. Memories aren't so important. We can just make new ones together. Be a perfect family once again.
A family.
Yes.
Right.
After all, the reason why you returned was because of this, right? She gestures to her stomach.
Her eyes will look at her stomach and I'm guessing another int save.
Intelligence saving throw.
Yeah. No.
You are not remembering, but what you do notice, though, is in fact there is a bulge on her stomach.
She will gently put a hand on the bulge.
You feel a kick as she will go, yes, family. The so thing you wanted since your father had disappeared. Something that you also have. All you need to do is embrace. She still has her arms like open.
She's tears start coming down from her eyes as she just has her hands resting on the queen's belly, on her wife's belly. My head hurts. So does
Ah,
my heart.
and I can fix that. We can all be calm when we're together, dearie. I thought I had lost you and got a bit angry, but seeing you here, I feel so much better, so much happier, so hungry.
She's gonna like take a peek at the other people in the room.
The other people in the room, specifically the one to your right, is sort of has a weird sort of dazed look to him. He's leaning back in the chair. He looks like he's almost like on drugs in a way, probably a drug addict. To your left, you basically see the woman, the one with the potions and such as she has the same sort of look as well with eyes dazed, but she's more conscious by the fact that she just seems to be like watching it in a drunkly stir. The emissary guy, the person who's standing next to it, though, he's just writing in his piece of paper. Sometimes he's looking up at you too and continues to write.
She will give her wife a light hug.
Yes. As you go in for the hug, uh, she'll she'll then just give a smile and go, "Thank you, dearie. You have done so much." Make me a deck save. Advantage, because you're a barbarian.
But did she really see this coming?
Again. Oh my god.
Can I use my birthday 20?
Sure, you can use your birthday 20.
Aw, but I wanted to see what happens if you fail.
Well, I mean, the thing about birthday 20s is that you see what happens with the fail, and then you get to see the actual result.
Oh, okay, cool.
So don't worry too much. As as you go in for the hug, suddenly the hug becomes somewhat tighter, as it seems that you well, as she grabs you a bit more tighter, she somewhat looks down towards you and then just goes, "Ah, finally." As she will go down to bite your neck. And well, in the timeline where you had failed and not used your birthday 20, she rips out your throat with a single bite. But confetti is heard around you for whatever reason, as you just hear, "Happy birthday!" So,
One
as
pulls out a party popper.
as you're able to break free from her grasp before she clamps down on your throat. Still a piece of flesh will like come out of you, like pulling out, but she just sort of like swallows it, and there's a look of euphoria around her face as she's like, "There's nothing that could replace this, dearie. Thank you."
This is
Can
taking
I
BDSM
try
to
to
a new
remember
level.
like why she does this?
Well, you can make me an intelligence save with advantage because the pain is familiar.
Advantage is try to get that 20. Nope, 17.
Again. Oh,
You
wait,
already
yeah,
did.
you've already rolled two. Okay. 17. Ooh, 17's enough. All right. Remember, it's DC 13. So, with a 17 intelligence save, as you look down towards the blood that is now like pouring out of your the side of your neck in a bit, and suddenly you start to remember the red as it starts to cause some sort of a trigger in your mind that causes you to somewhat remember. Well, as what the thoughts that you remember is that this isn't the first time this woman has bitten you this essence, as she has done it many times over the years. To be exact, it is a normal ritual that she does daily as a meal. Oh.
Does she just take a single bite, or does she usually take more from me?
Well, she took a single bite right now, but in your memories, as you will also try to then remember further and deeper into it, she doesn't take just single bites out of you. Even during, the good old stick togetherness, she would still bite you during that and all that. But in single time, she would do quite literally body mutilation on you to the point that basically she cuts off your arms, your fingers, only to regenerate them back and continue to keep eating you. But what's weirdly enough is that from your memories, there's two distinct type of ways. One moment she's perfectly, a nice happy wife, loving Karen, but then the next moment she almost looks like she's a drug addict, almost wanting you, not in the usual way, but the way of wanting to eat you. It's almost like a switch is being flipped in her mind that suddenly just changes her from being a normal person to a cannibal.
Has she always been like this, or
It happened after you got married.
she'll look up at her? Tell me, when did this start? As she'll gesture towards her wound.
She like wipes the blood off her mouth as she looks towards you with that sort of a furious look. The tendrils from her head are basically shaking in like anticipation as such as she will just go, "Ah, well, I mean, it was once we started to love each other truly, not something that we had been so forced into for political reasons. Once we had finally confessed our true feelings, I started to want you more and more. And not just the emotional kind, but the way that I just wanted to consume you. Have we part, but if I do that, then you can't continue to be part of my life. You would be gone like the rest of them. Don't you love me? Don't you want all of me? Just like how I want you. I thought you were gone and lost, and I was having the withdrawals, but with you back, we can finally become true monarchs.
Have you been feasting off of our people?
Well, of course. With you gone, I had to replace it with something. That craving, that eminence for more life. People were simply placements. They were barely anything. They were like dust in my mouth. They weren't as perfect as you were. But now that you're back, we can make more. More people, more children, more to consume. Just like this one. She rubs her stomach again. What you had left behind was so delicious.
Hmm. Uh, Can she try to remember the plan?
Yes. Make me a good old Constitution saving throw. Oh, okay.
14.
Yep. These DC 13. As you start to try to remember the plan, things begin to form in your mind. Specifically, different memories of your brother, memories of your father, and of course, memories of, well, Hermai, who also had aided you. Each one of them had a carefully mapped plan. After day of more of your flesh disappearing one by one, bandages constantly covering your body, and, well, the next day slowly reforming back as if there were no injuries left. Your close ones, your father, your brother, and your handmaiden had come up with a plan. They spoke to you in secret, trying to get you away, trying to tell you about it, where they had decided to try and falsify your death. They snuck you out in the middle of the night, away from the guards' looks and from anyone's sort of ways. And they simply took the corpse of another Sharkin, similar to you, and had simply transmuted it to make it look like you in order to falsify it, as you had basically tripped down the stairs, as they so said. The plan thankfully worked after so much contrived, but Kara was seen, uh, and he was framed for your murder, specifically by the Queen, but you had been left behind, away from your own place as a wanderer.
She won't look over to where her father is. Is he just still in a daze?
Yeah, he's just still in a daze, his eyes are like glazed over as he lays there. Uh, he looks very
Um,
fucking high. Oh. Oh. Oh boy.
time, dearest.
As you look
What
over
is wrong with them?
towards, well, uh, as you look over towards your father, once again memories begin to form into your mind, memories of a specific time. The time where you had left, you in fact had left something behind, something very important. As you didn't have time to acquire this importantness, as well, they took you out before anything else. And it's been the one thing that's on your mind since. It is the reason why you had first returned within this memory and not just the one that you are seeing. As Duke fucking Duke already spoiling, but it is in fact the reason you had returned was to acquire your daughter. The one that you had left behind in the care of your brother and father, in hopes of returning back one day to retrieve them.
Was my
Yes.
daughter already born, or is it just
Yep.
in my wife?
Your child was already
Tell me,
born.
where's our child?
Ah, well, I suppose they would be so excited to meet you again. After all, it's been so long. And a piece of you have finally joined them. As she taps her stomach.
Her eyes will darken. I see.
Yes. Well, I wouldn't be so sad about it. After all, she tasted a lot like you, the only thing that was left. And, well, we can always make more, dearie.
Her eyes will have a dull look to them as she wraps her arms around her wife's neck. Then I hope you forgive me.
What is this? What is this
She will
strength?
bite her. She will bite her wife on the neck.
Alright. Make me an athletics check. You want to rage for advantage?
Yeah,
Mmm.
ate her child. So
Inky. Alright, roll again. Oh boy.
21 twice.
She will roll hers. Well, here's the thing: it's a flat D20 because it's the 0th generation. Okay. Ah. All right. She's dead. As as you go down to bite her neck, you not only bite her neck, but you bite the back of it to her spine. As when you pull out, you also pull out her entire spinal cord. Gore. As she just basically drops down to the ground, dead.
She will, like, basically tear her open to get her child.
Oh. And as you begin to tear, the emissary, the person who stands next to you, will, who basically they will stop writing and look on with horror as they will go, "What in the blazes are you doing?" Ugh. The other twos are too dazed to stop you as you begin to tear them apart. And, eventually you find, well, a piece ahead of your child.
Eyes will
Freeze chicken
water.
exit.
Just panicking. Don't worry, no one's
Her
leaving
eyes
here.
will water and
Hmm.
start crying.
Hmm?
This kingdom does not deserve to exist anymore.
As you say those words, suddenly, as you are in your rage, you begin to feel something different about it. The normal rage that you build up now, and as you say those words, will actually begin to dissipate in a way. As it doesn't just change into a primal rage, but something more. As roses begin to grow around you from your very flesh, almost like it's blooming in a way from your very skin. And a giant rose will begin to form from your back, almost like wings. I will roll for the color. As a green rose will basically dissipate out. As thunder begins to emanate from the back, and as you say those words, a, a spell will be casted upon the area around. Mm, a modified version of Compelled Duel. Should we let her do her things? Mm. And as you say those words, basically what 3 and 1 will see is that rays of light will emanate from this green rose as they start to hit not just the people inside the room, besides you two, but every single person in the city, as it begins to make them go into a frenzied rage of each other as they begin to duel each other to the death. All you can hear is the screams of combat outside, as the kingdom will now fall.
So when she felt the kick, was that just a body part of her child?
Yes. Oh.
She's gonna look at the emissary take out her halberd and lunge at him while swinging.
Wife gone, regret. As as you stab them, it instantly kills them as they just drop to the ground.
Guilty Gear lore.
Guilty Gear lore.
New Guilty
I don't know
Gear
if anyone's
lore
paying
drop.
attention, but
Uh-huh.
one throughout that whole story went from like neutral to like smiling,
Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
but his emotions are reversed. So instead
Yes.
of being happy, he was very angry.
He did
So he had a
the,
very, very malicious smile the whole time.
Her eyes are bloodshot as she has like the blood of her own child on her due to pulling them out of her wife. Kingdom deserves to fall.
One will open the door to
You
let
see,
to let.
the guardsmen are like stabbing each other to death in a frenzied rage.
Ah, well. Well, she's
She
gonna
will
finish
swing
up.
on the one with the potions.
Fuck. Instantly dead.
And then goes to her father, who she doesn't swing on him. She just holds him. I'm sorry for my failure.
They do not speak. All they simply do is lean back as their eyes are glazed. Their throat is like slowly frothing in a sort of way, but they're alive, quote unquote.
She will, like, basically out of kindness, snap his neck.
Oh.
Out of kindness, I kill you.
Oh, what's better, having your neck snapped or be viciously
Just decapitate
slain
him.
with a halberd?
Wow.
Just decapitate him.
Can she try to remember her memory at this point?
Yes. Make me a cool strength saving throw with advantage, because you're gonna force that memory open. Oh my god.
Fucking
Wow.
well.
God, those rolls. As you start to clutch
Damn.
at your head and try to remember, there's something that's blocking it. A maniacal laugh of sorts of essence. As it rumbles in your mind, trying to block whatever you can feel. The only thing you can remember is the screams of your child and the different sort of sounds of the flesh and of being eaten. As what? Well, as then you would suddenly, all three of you would hear is the cracking of bones. As suddenly, Essence will suddenly crack back up like a puppet in a way as he just, well, as she basically goes up and goes, I wasn't expecting you to be so strong, dearie. How delightful. How tasty. Just know that no matter where you are or what you are, I'm here, inside you, inside me. Please, make more, destroy more, do it all for us. Her fucking chest is still like cracked open, but you're seeing that it's beginning to like reform back in. After all,
Our daughter.
oh, I didn't kill. I just simply brought them back inside me. A part of us, an eternal family. Please, please,
We're
please.
supposed to raise her, to care for her.
Oh,
No more.
dearie, your thoughts and your feelings are so old. That's not how you raise a family. How you raise them is that you make them feel important, make them feel so contrived and better. Their flesh tastes so much better when they're fattened up. Don't you agree? After all,
I no longer need you.
you may no longer need me. But remember something. I wasn't the only one who would eat things. As she touches your forehead, memories begin to form into your mind. As
You're also a cannibal.
Lee gasped.
Oh.
Gasp.
Yes. As the memories of everything begin to form. Your true name is known as Aurelia.
Gasp.
How do I spell that?
Good question.
Are you kidding me?
There you go. Aurelia. You are a...
Aurelia.
Yes. You were born underneath the royal family to the King of Rexa. The first king of the Underdeep and founder of the Underdeep Royal Empire. Your twin brother Karia was somewhat of a stillborn. As what had happened is that, he was revived in a way. He was revived through the use of what was known as necromancy. Because of it, his body wasn't the same as it usually was. He was, crippled. He couldn't work his legs properly. His arms would sometimes shake uncontrollably due to the actions. However, he was able to live. And with you next in line to the throne, he didn't really see any importance in trying to fix himself. So, he simply helped you a lot. He was very close to you. The only sort of downside of sorts to you was the fact that you were never allowed to leave your room. The royal court would allow it so, you would constantly be stuck in a certain room until you were of age. However, just like all children, they decide to misbehave a bit. As you had a friend named Essence. She was extremely nice to you. You had met her one time during a royal court meeting, and you got on really well. Where she would then visit you occasionally, break into your room, and, put you out on adventures, go around, see the town. You were best of friends. And eventually, though, your father had found out and caused Essence to, no longer see you. Once again, alone and distraught, you were angry at him in a way. A somewhat contrived feeling of, a child no longer caring for their parents and no matter what. So I will also just put on this. I don't want to hear fucking war music as I'm trying to explain. So, from what you can remember, is that you had a distinct hateful feeling to your father. They stopped you from seeing the one that you so cared for and the only light in your life in a way. And, she too also saw you as her escape, as she too was also from a family that would somewhat try to keep her locked away. A sort of kinship. And eventually when you were of age and allowed to leave, the first place you went to was Aurelia, who seemed somewhat different. Well, not Aurelia, fuck, Essence. As basically you went to Essence's place in order to find them, but they had been somewhat different. They were more grown up, more changed than what you had seen before. She had a slight maturity to her that normally people of your age and same age would have, where she had basically grown into what seems to be a warrior. As unlike you, who was born into royalty, she was born as a poor beggar, in a way, a poorish family. But, of course, as you were then announced the next queen and Rexa had, retired from their kingship, you were took on Essence as a consort despite the woes of Emissary, your lifelong looking after. And, of course, all the other councilmen as well. A royalty must be born into royals, so a neighboring kingdom had offered you a a deal. They would adopt Essence as their child, and, well, with this, now she was technically royalty, married into a political marriage with you. First, your feelings weren't that of love, you had feelings of just friendship to each other, a want to be with each other, but eventually you, well, both of you fell. However, there was a deep sort of feeling beneath you, a deep hunger of sorts, a want to consume not just her, but everything, a feeling to destroy everything, for your father had so stopped you from enjoying your time, your childhood. But, just like a normal person, you were able to dig it very deep, not act on those intrusive thoughts that are within your mind. However, Essence had changed when you had married her. The process of marriage is that your souls will merge together. The feelings that you have become one, become the same in a way. And Essence didn't hide those feelings away that you had given her from the very depths of your soul. She acted upon them like a wild animal. At times she would be her normal self, but then others she would act upon it and eat you in the name of love. But it got so much. Instead of it just being your feelings anymore, it began to build more and more onto her, changing her into a monster. Someone who would kill someone at the flick of a hat. And it got to the point that all of this monstrosity of cannibalism and such began to change her closer and closer into what's known as a Wendigo. And you felt desperate. Your father and your brother and your handmaiden were the first to expect it, the first ones to know about the change that was happening, the fact that you were somewhat being harmed in a way. They didn't know that the feelings and stuff such as that were originating from you, but something that she had hidden deep within her. So, they came up with a plan. After your first child's birthday, the very first year after a year that they were born, they would kidnap you. They would basically take you and, well, pretend that you had died in order for you to leave. You were very negative at the thought to begin with, telling them that you wouldn't go through it, but eventually they convinced you to leave, and to leave your child behind, saying that they would keep them safe. But it seems that their words weren't in fact true, as what had ended up happening instead was that right after your supposed death, Essence went into a rage. They began to say that she wasn't dead, and that they were lying over and over again, to the point that she started cutting off Carla's limbs, your brother's limbs, and eating them, trying to feel that same ecstasy that she so feels upon eating your flesh. And then what you so heard were from messages, from letters, from your brother who tried to keep in contact with you in some way, telling you that your daughter is now gone, disappeared, and Essence regained their sanity for some time. In hopes of finding out the truth, you decided to abandon the plan of staying dead and returned back to, well, returned back to the Underdeep, back to your wife, in order to find the truth. And in the previous memories as you make your way back, and eventually entered the throne room, seeing what you had seen in this memory, she had eaten your daughter in order to try and keep the essence of, well, your memory. Her thoughts behind it is that, well, she can just simply make more. the more she makes, the more children she has, the more she can keep this feeling close to her, the feeling of your soul. And unlike last time, you did not have the strength to kill. You were but a weak sort of queen. She had grabbed you by the neck and had eaten you too, before she bursts out into roses. Wasn't the end of the world.
Wait. So that wasn't supposed to happen?
Hmm?
Oh no.
She won't look up at Essence.
Do you
I'm
see?
sorry.
Oh, you don't need to apologize, dearie. As long as you are by my side, we can just keep eating. We can feel the ecstasy that's so built up inside us and let it explode around the world. Place
She
where...
looks at 1 and 3.
Mm.
Thank you. Both of you.
Nods.
What happens next must happen. She will give
That's-
one the stone.
One
But
will.
what?
One just doesn't. He may be smiling right now, but right now he is very stone faced. Like his features don't seem to be moving, and he's gonna speak to Aurelia. You don't have to. And he's going to change into his like the fucking darkness form, like his like there's gonna be like a mask forming, and
Okay.
he's gonna he's gonna make a pit of darkness off to the side over here,
Mhm.
and while he's speaking, he's just going to things we change are permanent. If we rid of her forever, she won't come back. And the darkness would be like you could see hands pressing up against the darkness, kind of like when you get like a velvet like cloth and you have people pressing on it from the other
Yeah.
side, like hands grabbing it towards your wife, Essence. The power to change the record. And while he's saying this, his there's gonna be like blood seeping from like where the eye holes and mouth holes on the mask are, as he's
She
not
does
lying.
not deserve. You don't understand. This is my fault.
What don't I understand? She killed your child.
She did. She'll start crying as she takes one's hand and puts that stone in it and closes it.
He's still standing there, really.
I don't know if I'll make it back with you all.
You don't have.
But
You can change it.
you know what the warning meant.
What if I don't care? I hate everything. So why do we have to play by their rules?
When one flower wilts, another will bloom. Maybe in the next life, I can have a daughter as well and be a better mother. She'll look at Essence and open her arms for an embrace.
One just give me that crap. But he's gonna walk away. He's gonna dispel everything.
Yeah.
Walk towards the door.
As you'll hear a crunching noise behind you as 4 is consumed whole.
Can I while this is going on, he's not a man of his word. And can he stab both 4 and Essence?
Sure.
Just while they go in for the embrace, he's not having any of it. If they want to die together, that's fine, but he's not gonna. If they're both to blame, he's pissed.
Ah, yes. All right. As she goes in for the embrace and the hug and begins to eat 4, you bring up your glaive. Where's his sword?
It's a great sword.
Yeah.
And he's gonna engulf them both in the darkness.
All right.
And he just says under his breath, "I'm sorry."
4 plans, whenever her wife was going to devour, to make as many roses that she felt during her rage bloom all at once.
All right. As the darkness begins to enshroud both Essence and 4, as one says they are sorry, and finally the hands will grasp and make them disappear. And what you notice is the hands within the darkness, they begin to stick out of the darkness, all by one, each holding multicolored roses upon them. As the area around you evaporates into a chromatic light, dispelling not only all darkness, but everything.
Kaiba scream. Ah!
Just gone. As once again, darkness enshroud your. You find yourselves back at a very familiar place.
The Nexus. Ah.
Oh wait, hang on. The Skyrim Nexus. Anyway, welcome back as you finally reach home ?
4. Looks around.
Yeah.
No.
Where is she? Kind of strutting forward.
Oh no, that's not the thing. God fucking damn it! They just died.
Just gonna say.
Welcome.
Number 1 victory royale.
Yeah, number 1 victory. There we go. All right. God fucking damn it! It's not this is the target one.
I love these lyrics. Yeah.
I love.
God damn it! Why can't I find the fucking actual one? Ah! Okay, we good. Good. No, God fucking damn it!
Actually, just find the actual link. Oh,
yeah. That's what I'm trying to do. Oh God, that's God fuck it. Ah, get the fuck out of here, bot. God. Hang on, I can go get the actual one. Hang on. It just take a second. There it is. God fucking damn it. There we go. As once you basically return to well, the void, You find yourself back here, and the the Void Queen is on her knees. There's tears going down her eyes as you approach her. Mm. What did you say, one?
Just he said like, where's for? Where is she?
Yeah.
And he's just like, he walked up and stuff.
She'll look up to
Crying
you.
woman.
Yeah. She'll look up towards you and just go, I wasn't expecting something like that.
Did the memories change?
From what we see, the book has reformed the memories and allowed the final piece to happen. Memory, in fact, did change, and Aurelia has returned to the cycle of reincarnation, along with, well, her wife.
Then what now?
Well, the pieces are now forged. And finally this has appeared. As she will basically take up her hand, and what you see is to be exact, a stalk of sorts.
A what?
Like
a flower stalk. Yeah.
Yeah.
A what?
There's a
A
it's a
stalk of
flower.
light.
It's a stalk. It's a stem.
A stem. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's fine. English hard, but yes, what seems to be a flower stem, made of pure white. As she will go, well, this is the piece. So
It was. Was from her. Or.
No, the new world.
Yes. It's taken on the form of a rose, a rose stalk, probably due to Aurelia's interference with it. And with this, it's made the new world complete. I thank you for your aid in somewhat restoring the memories of the previous world, even if it's just this. So, have you got anything to ask of me before I fix this?
Fix. What? What will happen to us?
Well, when I fix this broken world and begin to form back into the first generation, the pieces of the past, they too will come back in a way. A different form that my daughters can work upon, but new. For you two, on what is left, well, I'm sure that you have a choice. Your decision may determine your own life in a way. You may decide to return to the world as a new being, a new life. I will guarantee that you'll be happier than the last you had had. Or you can stay here, become my generals for my, garden. Either way, you may choose your decision. I gave you life, and I want you all to have your own decisions and thoughts. Whether it's to be happy in a new life, or keep the memories that you have of your old one, but stay monsters, as she gestures to her hands.
I do not wish to be trapped once again.
Hmm. And you won't be. There's a system in the world known as karma. Whenever someone would have a dreadful life, they're guaranteed to have at least 10 lives of pure happiness. Proportional and equal. I believe you've already met the strand of fate who, well, can guarantee that.
Hmm. Yes, I've met them.
Well, I suppose that if this is all, I shall begin the preparation.
And then I stab her.
Oh, you do?
No, I don't.
Okay. As she will gesture up a hand upwards as suddenly the memorabilia that all of you had so taken will begin to form into a light into balls of white. The
Did
stone
My
the
that
stone
daughter!
or diary?
but
Wait,
yeah,
did the stone or diary make it through?
I was about to do it for one. So one, in your hand where you were given the stone, you see that there is a memorabilia there.
Totally.
Specifically a necklace. You'll notice that basically what the necklace is that is an opal coin with the inscription, Aurelia Minico Essence.
Excuse me?
As it will turn into a ball of light and turn into one of the four.
Wait, excuse me, what did you say?
As it merges with the
My daughter!
Yeah,
it-
no, yeah, say it.
as it
Aurelia
merges the
Minico
white
Essence.
light. Yes. As the lights begin to merge into the stalk, Lamau, and it begins to form into a pure white rose. And from basically nowhere, like as she just basically takes her hand, you see a purple rose of sorts as they begin to form together.
Mhm.
As then she'll look towards you and go, "The repair is complete. The memories of your world and such have been kept safe now for what was left.
Hmm.
And now is known as the War Dungeon. A place where the beginning of the world resides."
The world dungeon? Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck you.
So I can give you funny lore now. When the so by the way, this is a sequel campaign, by the way. To a previous
Sequel.
Yes, to a previous campaign that I DM'd, known as Journey to the End. It was the level 33 World Dungeon campaign. And what they did is that each floor they went onto was an entire continent from the 0th generation.
Mhm.
Where they had to find basically the memorabilia to allow them to fight the World Dungeon boss. So yeah, funny lore. Um. hmm. Yes, there was a 9 to 13 hour boss fight campaign.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wait, does that mean this is last session?
Uh,
Is this last session?
you have one more session.
Okay. I was confused.
It will be your finale.
Alright.
But yes, basically she will look towards you two and go, well, it's time to make your decision. Go to the rows on my right. This is her right.
Where, which one?
This one. As she
Okay,
Our
chooses
okay.
left. You're right.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So like left of the map. She'll point towards that one and go, step onto the rows if you want to be reincarnated into the new world. You have a happy life and, well, you'll be able to reincarnate into the new world. A much better place than the last. It's still a memory. Or you can go to my left, your right, and decide to be a general of sorts. Someone who can govern over the roses and the gardens. Some people drop in here occasionally and someone needs to take care of them. Look after them in order to allow them to make their way out. A guiding light in a way.
But
Of
can see,
course. Hmm?
we can see like 3 size before like saying, like looking up to her and just say, as much as I like to help, I for once would like to be selfish and live a happy life.
Of course. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's not selfish. It's a decision that you so choose, and, well, life finds a way, as my daughter would say.
It truly does. It's been an interesting journey.
Of course. Well, I hope the journey is eventful for you in your new life. Maybe even one day you could remember me. But it's fine if you don't.
Maybe not. Not the first time I've lost my memories. And you can see him kind of chuckle.
Yeah, of course. And what about you, One?
I don't quite. On one hand, I want to be the same. 3. Starlight. Whatever. Known as.
Yes, David.
I want to be selfish. I want to have a happy life. That's what Halai would have wanted. Looks at the demented sword.
And if you should reincarnate, she too will be your daughter once again.
She deserves better.
She deserves you?
This. He just sighs. As much as I want to forget, live on, I don't know if I can forgive.
You can leave that to me. I'll be the one to hold on to your regrets, your memories. I shall be the one to take them upon myself. You I see as a child, someone who I had brought into this world back from the other. and a mother wants what's best for them. Please, have a happy life. I shall do what you need, what you want to happen for you.
One just looked blankly. Like he was sitting at the edge before looking out into the void. I guess. I'm not sure what's out there. Aside
Yeah,
from
it's
roses.
just a shit ton of roses. You don't need, like, in the distance, like the sky, like the entire sky is covered in ones and zeros.
Huh. But he was just sitting there and just looking.
Yes.
And then he turns back, has this little conversation. I don't want you to take responsibility for my emotions. But he will walk up to 3.
Mhm.
And he doesn't know if this will work at all. But he just tries to hand her his sword.
It falls into your hand. Oi. Oi?
The sword's in my hand.
Yes, he gave you the sword.
Are you sure about this?
No. I'm not. And like this whole time he's just been bleeding.
I squint.
No,
Do I-
bleeding means he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. He squints regardless. Very well then. I tuck it in somewhere. Question mark.
Ooh. You now have a board.
Neat.
I just wish for her to have a better life. I'll find a way to make it somehow. Know it.
Wouldn't she be happier if you were in her life?
I don't. Oh, did
Sorry.
that pick up?
No. What did you say?
I don't know.
I think she will be. Yeah, is the sword her? Sorry, I'm dumb.
Yes.
I think doesn't look like her, but feel the same when I'm with her.
I give the sword back. It's fine. You don't have to. Just take it. Just
He'll hold it.
yes. Oh,
Do we call you Zero, or what? Void Queen? What is it?
Oh, right. I don't actually ever said my name.
Yeah, we never really. It's kind of rude
Yes.
for us.
Of course. Well, mortals call me the Void Queen, but my name is Yuki.
You.
it was nice
What?
knowing you. What?
What will
Hmm?
happen? So, what would happen? when I forget, what would happen? You would take it up, you said, my regrets, everything.
Yes. Your memories, your will. I will read every piece of it one by one to know what you truly want and what you need. And anything that you so regret, I will be sure to try and fix it myself here. Of course. After all, a place like this isn't deserved for anyone. It's a lonely place, with nothing here.
I was fair for you.
Well, I cannot leave, but eventually I believe I could find my solace. I've already accepted my loneliness ever since my children had disappeared.
Assume your child leaving isn't them being gone. They're just somewhere else.
The ones that I had raised and grew up are gone entirely, but there are still remnants
Oh.
of them left. Remnants in the world.
Then I think I know how you feel. Sure.
Well,
But
I bet
if
not.
I do, sorry for cutting you off. I just want to know, if I do leave, it would be as if there's a portion of me left behind.
A will is not something that can be so gone in a way. A will is a memories, your thoughts, your levels. All of that is, well, your will. That will be what's left here as a simple memory. As for your body and your soul, that will return. And eventually it shall build up a new will. New thoughts, new memories, happy ones, sad ones. You'll be you, but also you'll still exist somewhere as a will.
Then, would it be possible to leave a part of my body behind for my will?
I suppose so.
Just to get what I want. I don't think I can get it with the body. Without a way to put force behind my will.
I shall
I-
deal with all
I
those
just-
matters. You just need
I
to.
just feel so much stronger.
You do not have to worry about such complex matters like that. I shall deal with it myself. All you need to do is just be happy for me.
Can I be happy for you?
What do you say?
How can I be happy for you?
Oh. Well,
You're left here all by yourself, abandoned, alone. That is not something to be happy about.
not if I give you this. She will reach up to her eye and take out one of her red eyes as she'll walk towards you and split it into two as she'll hand one to 3 and the other to 1. As she'll go, with these eyes, I will see through your experience in your new life. The happiness that you feel, everything you go through, I'll see it as if it's my own. A life where, well, you can somewhat be there.
One just looks at it. He just can't help shake the feeling that this is just some way of lying to him. Because even though she's going to be experienced, the same thing they go through hit their eyes. It's not really the same, but maybe that doesn't matter.
And of course, one day if the eyes should combine once again, after experience both of your lives, it shall make a connection for me to the world of Farah, allowing me to once again be connected wholly to something that my children had made. You can be the envoys for me that will eventually allow me to wander the world, make my own connections and speak to them. Maybe of our sister.
Very well.
Thank you. Well then, I suppose that this is a goodbye. And I hope that we meet again in the future. No matter who or what you are, I will know that it's you and remember you.
And the music loops. Well, all three. I guess it's time for us. He's just casually talking while, like, he just threw up like a quarter of blood.
Tired. Maybe it's time for us to go.
If you meet Aurelia in your new time and stuff, be sure to say hey.
I'll try. I think that's only possible if we don't forget.
Maybe in a better circumstance we can meet again.
Maybe.
Of course. Right? The rose opens up.
After you.
Very well. Till we meet again.
Of course. Whoa. And you step into the rose.
Hey, wait, I have stuff to do.
Oh.
I will walk in on my own time.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh.
Oh, okay. They just dead ass left. Okay. One is gonna look to. Was it Kia? Yuki. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Is gonna look to Yuki and just. I don't know if this is going to work, but he's gonna try and remove one of his arms, as he saw in his memory, and wants to see if he can make like a little version of himself, like one of the child versions.
Yes. You cut off your arm and it sort of just falls to the ground. It wiggles a bit. It'll grow after a day.
It's just something to keep you company.
I'll be sure to
I know
try.
you can probably see through my eyes, but maybe it can carry on my will for me to lessen the burden.
Yes. I shall try. The arm would like float up as she'll just basically hold it.
Don't get too lonely on me. He's gonna turn, walk through.
As you exit down. Hmm. And thus, the queen will sit on her throne, as it is the end of session.
The arm was a pipe.
Wait. Wait, question. Was my kid a Sharkhan or?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, Minico's just my child. Okay, I get it.
Remember,
I feel
they're
bad for the Void Queen.
they're not your child. Like the world version that is now isn't your child, quote unquote. It's funny soul stuff. Lamel. People. Right. And I will save.
Man, I hope Richard gets a happy life.
I hope you enjoyed today's session.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
session's the last one.
Yes.
Yes.
I was just listening.
Mm-hmm. It'll be the after story, Lamel.
Ah,
People.
yes. Aurelia reincarnated, got married to the Greed King.
Well, yes, the Greek King is Essence, Lamel. Alright. God, it's been so long since I did the Essence stuff with Greek King. Yeah, I can end stream and explain to you how the funny World Dungeon stuff worked for the players now, because God, it's been so long since I've done that. Alright. I will BRB as I end stream. People. I really enjoyed watching. And no, I'm not gonna throw a boss at them. They're an RP campaign. Lamel. But yes, I hope you enjoyed watching, and yeah. Kill. No. Alright, the secret